consumers and the public are taking a large interest in their health and are starting to demand healthier products. My role in Wales focuses on understanding where there's unique opportunities in Wales to experiment and test new solutions that can help us achieve our mission's goals of reducing obesity and loneliness. We think that the best way of us achieving our goals of reducing obesity is by making it easier for people to eat more healthily, by making healthy food more accessible, available, affordable and attractive, rather than telling people what they should be eating or telling people they should be doing more activity. And we're not the only people that are thinking this way. There's a few other organisations such as Impact for Urban Health and Food Sense Wales that are approaching the problem in a similar way and doing lots of really interesting work. Despite there having been 20 years of government targets and policies aiming to reduce obesity, obesity rates have continued to rise. So I think primarily what we need to see is things being done differently. And so that means government and other organisations like Nesta taking a risk to try new things and to do things alongside the whole sector, including industry. Obesity is a really complex problem with lots of interlinked causes. And so while government has a lot of power here, I don't think there's any one thing that they could do alone which will be enough to help us reach our goals. So what I'd really like to see is a lot more collaboration from government, industry and other organisations like Nesta that are working in this space. The fact that obesity is a really complex issue means that although there's not probably one book or podcast that can give us the whole picture, because it does come into people's lives in many different ways and it's important to most people, I think there's insights that we can get from a really wide variety of sources. So there's some really great podcasts out there. The Health Foundation has a really good podcast which touches on obesity a lot. But even if we look at kind of podcasts that are focused on psychology, history and lots of other areas, there's some really interesting things we can learn, even from comedy podcasts. For example, one podcast that comes to mind is Ed Gamble and James Acaster's Off Menu, which even that tells us a lot about what food means to people.